How are you? Good morning, everyone. Yeah. Oh, happy Teachers' Day in advance. Thank you, Krishna. Good, Sarah. All right. First of all, to address, hey, thank you. Thanks, everyone. To address Sweetie's issue. Sweetie, what's the problem? Uh, yeah, I received the tapas. Let me clear this. Um, Sweetie, don't be worried because I'll be here on time all every day. So it just like I just wait for a few minutes at least to get all our friends in because I don't want them to miss the topics. I understand you might be wasting time for 5 minutes, but I don't think so. May I know, are you working or may I know what you're doing? You're a fresher. Are you at home? So don't worry, sweetie. So don't worry at all. In 5 minutes, it's completely fine. Don't worry. Okay. So I've been dealing this since quite many years, right? So don't worry. So the class is at 7:30 a.m. every day. So let me take the guys your view on this. Is it okay if I wait for 5 minutes to get everyone in and then start? Yeah, that is my intention, sweetie. So I saw these messages from you since day one, like no punctuality and all. Please, it's not. I don't feel it's. Uh, you come here at 7:15. That's completely fine. So please join at 7:30 exactly. No need to come here at 7:15. No one will be here. If you're waiting for 7:15 to 7:40, it's waste of your time. Coming early is not good, right? Be on time. Yes. So schedule topics and all, just leave it on me, right? So because coming early morning and seeing this kind of messages will not, I don't feel like the healthy thing. Just be patient for 5 minutes. Come on, nothing will happen. Okay, all right, guys. No problem, sweetie. I just want to let know because this has to be clear because I don't want these messages every day. Saurav, thanks. I know. There are many people they know about me and how we work and how we deal. Don't worry. Okay, guys. So, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. So, guys, what did we discuss yesterday? High availability. All right. So, high availability basically. The definition of high availability, I know it will take a long time to write, but the definition is the services which are available continuously to the customer or the period of time the service is available to the customer, we call it as high availability. So we spent complete a session on high availability yesterday. We went very deep. So guys, what are the three main concepts in high availability? You should put this at least. Yeah, redundancy, monitoring, and failover. Excellent. Redundancy, monitoring, and failover. Fantastic. So redundancy meaning to having the same application on multiple apps, same application on multiple server, keeping the duplicates we call it as redundancy. Monitoring meaning just to know whether the servers is alive or dead, basically health checks. You are right, Munna. Excellent. And then failover, if one goes down, other will take up, and if this goes down, this will take up. So that is called failover. Guys, another question, certification question. Who will be doing the health checks and failover? Load balancer. Excellent. And what is scalability? What is scalability? Scale up and scale down. Scale up and scale down. Vertical scaling. Excellent. Excellent. Right. And then how about elasticity? Increasing the, very good, sweetie. Yes. So increasing, adding the servers or increasing the servers, we call it as elastic. What is the example of elasticity? Auto scaling. Auto scaling is nothing but scale out and then scaling. Excellent. Too good. Okay, and let me share my screen. And yesterday, what we did was I show you a few diagrams, few architectural diagrams, and I asked you whether those are highly available or not. Those are highly available or not. And today, what we're gonna talk about is, let me introduce little bit of AWS topics for today. All right. So today here we're gonna talk about region and availability zone. Regions and availability zones. Let us talk about that. By the way, today officially welcome to AWS. So I took these many days so that you should be very, very clear about the basics. I hope you are perfectly fine on what we have discussed till now. And let us jump on the AWS topics. All right. So guys, I told you, let me ask you these questions. Where are the data centers, AWS data centers in India? Mumbai. Excellent. So Mumbai is what? Yeah, it's a place, na? Mumbai is a place. Can I call it as in Chennai? Yeah, really, Sairam? I don't think so. Hyderabad and Chennai. That's right. Oh, that is different. Sairam, Education is different. Let us down. Yeah, that is different. So we are talking about the data centers, right? So data centers basically, okay, we have it in Mumbai, but Mumbai is a place, na? Mumbai is a place. Can I call those places in AWS? We call it as regions. What we call it as region. Region is a geographical area. What is a region? Guys, very important certification questions from here and interview questions. What is region? Region is a geographical area. Let me put it here. Region is a geographical area. Guys, can you tell me AWS has only Mumbai as a region? No, no. There are many regions across the world. Like, US is a region, Sydney is a region, Tokyo is a region, Ireland is a region, Canada is a region. Like this, there are almost, yes, Singapore as a region, right? There are almost more than 20 regions, the regions in AWS. So, let me ask you this question again. Guys, we have customers in India. We have customers in India. And which region do you choose to put your servers? Mumbai. If the customers are in, let's say, Canada, which region do you choose, Mumbai or Canada? Now you understood? On, sir, which region do we need to choose? Based on your requirement, based on your customer requirement. You might have also having a doubt that, okay, sir, I will be choosing a region called Mumbai, but I have the customers throughout the world. Those topics, soonly I'll talk about it. But for now, here you need to understand what is a region. Region is a geographical area. Example, AWS region that we use. Which region we'll be choosing here? In our demo purpose, in our lab and for our lab and all? Mumbai. Tapas, if we choose another region, will not be have any problem. Let's say, for example, you are here in Hyderabad, example, in India, and your server is in, let's say, in Tokyo. How about the speed and performance? Is it low or high? It will be slow, na? Okay, Saurav, we call it as latency, but I'll come to that because that is the latency is a word that many people will get confused. So I'll talk about that soon, right? Good. So guys, remember, okay, let it put it here. Guys, latency meaning, so okay, now you tell me, as the name came here, high latency is good or low latency is good? Many people will confuse here. I'll make asking these questions in the interviews generally. Some people say low, some people say high. Which is good? Excellent. Always low latency is good. Guys, what? Low is good. Low latency. So don't go with the name here. High latency, don't think it is high speed. Low latency is good. What is latency in general? The time. Right? Yeah. So latency meaning response time is, in high latency response time is, anyone? Yes, response time is more. And here response time is less or low. Low or less. This one. Okay. So example here, if you open Google and if it is taking 5 minutes to load, the response time is more, na? Then that is called high latency. Here, if the response time is only 20 seconds, the response time is low, na? That's why we call it as low latency. Guys, please write down this. And this is the words that many, that in general will be using in our companies. When you're talking to the customers, when you're talking in the interview, right? They'll be talking about this, like, high latency, low latency. High latency meaning slow, opposite, remember. Low latency is good because the response time will be very less. How much less we have it, that much faster the website will be. Isn't it? Do you agree? Do you understand this high latency, low latency concept? Excellent. Excellent. I love that, CC. Yeah. So, okay. So let us come to this topic. Region. So region is a geographical area. You have to just put that in your minds. We will need this throughout the entire course. Guys, it's just like that. AWS has many regions. It's just that you need to there will be a drop down. You need to select that and then start using it. Let's say you need infrastructure in Mumbai. Select Mumbai and start creating infrastructure. If you want the servers in Australia or Sydney, just select that Sydney and start creating it. It's up to us. It's up to us how to, because AWS is infrastructure as a service. Wherever you want, you can go and set up the infrastructure. Right? So that is region. So region is a geographical area. Example, Mumbai, Sydney. And which is the region we will be using it here? Mumbai. Saurav, we should choose nearest region? Yes, almost when based on your country, you need to choose the nearest region. So that is also still depend upon the customer. We'll learn that. So we have, as Sairam told, we have a concept called edge locations. We'll go that one. Good. All right. So that is on the region. Guys, okay, now in Mumbai, what do we have? There are many things you have it, but let's talk about here. DC, Arabian Sea is not in Mumbai, it's next to Mumbai, right? So Saurabh, guys, in Mumbai we have the data centers. Henna? What do you think? See, guys, what do you think? AWS might be having only one data centers or multiple data centers in Mumbai? Multiple, na? Because one data center definitely will not be sufficient because there will not be a high availability again here. There will not be an high availability. So definitely in Mumbai, AWS has multiple data centers. Guys, we will get another concept here called availability zone. Availability zone. Availability zone meaning simply a data center. Don't think much. So a data center, we call it as availability zone. In another name, as you call Tapas, very good, we call it as AZ, availability zone. What is that called? Yeah, availability zone. Guys, what is availability zone? You can just say it as a data center. As a data center. If any interviewer in anywhere, when people ask, like, availability zone, what is availability zone? Just tell that it's a data center handled by whom? AWS. Excellent. All right. So let me give you a graphical representation here. Just imagine this is my region. Hey, region has availability zones, or availability zones has regions? Region has availability zone. Yes. So just think, this is a region. What is this region? I call it as Mumbai region. In Mumbai, we have multiple availability zones. Can I say that? In one region, we have multiple availability zone because availability zone is nothing but a data center. So can I define a region? A region has multiple data centers. In another name, officially, I call it as a region can contain, or region has multiple availability zones. Can I call slowly like this? Yes. Keep this in mind. This is a certification question or interview question. A region has multiple availability zones. Okay, let us talk about here, at least in Mumbai region. Guys, in Mumbai, we have 3 availability zones. In Mumbai, we have 3 availability zones. You should know this. Minimum, how many availability zones the AWS should have? Minimum in one region. Minimum 2 is enough. And then if AWS has good money, he might put 6 also. There are regions where there are regions like North Virginia region and all in US, they have 6 availability zones in one region. But in Mumbai, they have only 3 availability zones. Those availability zones, we call it as, the name of the availability zone, we call it as 1A, 1B, and 1C. I you many times, guys, remember this. How many availability zones do we have it in Mumbai? 3 availability zones. What are those names? 1A, 1B, and 1C. 1A, 1B, 1C are availability zones. Excellent. Guys, no, in interviewer, don't worry that, sir, how do we know that how many availability zones are there? In Mumbai, we have it, but we have 20 regions, and each region have multiple availability zones. Guys, you no need to remember. If any interviewer asks, mukka de do, like, he hit it in. It's a bullshit if anyone asking you, hey, in Northern Virginia, how many availability zones are there? You might remember 6. If he asks, what are they? Then, right? So don't worry. No one will ask you. As we are working, as we are in India, as we are using Mumbai region, at least in Mumbai region, we should know how many availability zones are there and what are those. Because we'll be doing labs in Mumbai region only. Right? So 1A, 1B, and 1C. 1A, 1B, and 1C. Okay? Okay. Guys, Now you tell me, where should I keep my servers? Where are my servers in AWS? Where should be my servers in AWS according to this diagram? Wow. See, guys, you already know many things. Yeah. See, guys, it is not that. But the thing is, this is how we are going it slowly. You are only answering many questions. See, that's the thing. So servers are placed in availability zones, right? And obviously availability zones are in regions, so definitely your server should be inside the region. Okay, if client is, there is question, if client is in USA and we offshore team is in India, still we need to access Mumbai AWS region. If the client is in USA and the offshore team is India, then you need to use USA, because Mustaq, if you have the servers in USA region, you can connect from India to your USA servers. You no need to create servers in Mumbai, because it depends upon your infrastructure. How do we architect? That is what we'll be learning architecting this entire course. So if the client is there and if we are here, how should we work, right? How should we place the servers? How to make it fast? Yes. So it will be a slow, but how to make it, have a low latency? This is all that we'll be learning. That is come under the architecting. That we will learn. We have a concepts for that. Let's go one by slowly, step by step. Okay, ready, steady. All right. Now, guys, remember, see here. I would like to put it here. See here, AWS. Guys, can you tell me few locations in Mumbai, those who are from Mumbai? I need few location names. Bandra, is that say? Okay. Sorry if I'm calling wrong names, huh? Juhu, Kolaba, Dadar, Thane, Thane, Chembur. Okay, and one more. I know only one, but it's not good to put it here. Right? So, Andheri. Andheri Rath. Okay, let's put it here. Okay. All right. So, three. Okay. So, what is that? Where Soa? So, everyone knows what is that famous location place. Huh? Okay. All right. So, I need one more. Bandstand, someone says. Huh? Bandstand or whatever. Okay, guys, see here. All these are in Mumbai. Can you tell me what is Mumbai called here in AWS? Excellent. This is called it as region. Guys, in a region, there are many places. Obviously, in Mumbai, there are many places. So, guys, see, here in AWS in Mumbai, we have 3 regions. You might think, sir, only 3 are. What you said, sir? We can put the servers inside the inside the availability zones. I'll put it here, sir. What if my entire availability zone goes down? Makes sense, right? So remember, for this kind of things, so AWS is saying that, hey, AWS is saying my one availability zone is not one data center. Hey, for customer, for you, for your eyes, one availability zone is one data center. But in my eyes, I will be having multiple data center in one availability zone. For my high availability, I want to give you high availability for the data center also. For you, it looks like 1A, only one data center. But for me, in the backend, the group of data centers is called availability zones. Can I say that? Yeah. So Availability zones are group of data centers. But remember, for our eyes, it is only one data center. You can think it of. So I will put like this. See. Okay. So AWS has one data center in Bandra, one data center in Juhu, one data center in Kolaba. And all these three, he call it as one name. Huh? I'll talk about ma, sweetie. Right? So here, Dadar, Thane, and Chembur, he call it as each and every place he has a data center, but he call it as 1B. And all this thing he call it as 1C. Guys, you understood the concept of one availability zone can contain multiple data centers? Everyone, right? Super. So the concept here is availability in the backend, how AWS is handling it. Guys, see here. So 1A, can you tell me, see, in 1A, there is a combination of multiple data centers. Just in case is Bandra is Dhamal, 1A will be gone? 1A will be gone? No. If Juhu is also gone, 1A will be gone? No. So not at all. So the thing is here, guys, it is a very rare case that all three data centers will never go down. So that meaning, keep this in mind, availability zone will go down. So is there any chances of going down? Less chances, very less, or very high? It is almost never, but very less. This would be a certification question. You only answering it. Very good. So any limit on number of data centers in availability zone? Okay, good question. But Sairam, do we need to worry about that? Do we need to take care of that? Who will be handling those things? AWS. So we don't need to worry about that. So AWS, even as per the security, Sairam, yeah, as per the security, AWS will never, put it in public that how many data center, where exactly the data centers are established. No, they don't make it public advertise because they want to have it secure. Okay, guys. So you understood, right? So it's a very high chance. Yeah, it's very high chance that availability zone will never go down. Excellent. So, and one more important thing. Now, question, guys. All these availability zones will talk to each other by default. What? So what they talk, that meaning the network is synchronized between the availability zones. So guys, in an availability zone, I'm putting the server. See, I'll put a server. I'll put one server. I can put any n number of servers. I'll put all these servers. I'll put here the servers. I'll put all the servers. Guys, see, by default, these servers can communicate with each other across availability zones because the network is synchronized. But remember, not data. Only they can ping, or only they can talk to each other. You can connect from here to here, here to here, here to here, and all. But remember, only the network is synchronized across the availability zones, not the data. If you put some text file here, it will not be synchronized here. No. Only the data. So what I mean to say is here, so if you put any, so you can put the servers in any of the availability zones, you can connect, they can connect with each other, you can connect also. It is just for high availability purpose, they have put the different availability zones. So here, I'll repeat that if you need, but yeah, availability zones are in sync with each other. Which it is sync? Network, but not data. Guys, because by default, all the, you have availability zones, right? You have availability zone. Okay, let me tell you that, Saurabh. See, Saurabh, I'll take you only. Saurabh, your customer has asked you to create 10 servers in AWS in Mumbai. Is it wise to put all 10 servers here in one availability zones? देखो भाई, आप ही बोल रहे हैं ना. You will itself you're telling, right? So the thing is here, but guys, is it recommended to put 10 servers in one availability zone? You are saying no. Okay, let me ask you this. But can I put 10 servers in one availability zone? Can I put at least? Yes. But is it recommended? No. What is the recommended way? I'll put some 5 here, or I'll put some 3 here, or 2 here. है ना? So guys, why? Someone is asking benefits, sir, why? Because it Manoj, it will not be full. It is no matter AWS, there is no concept of full. How much ever you want, they will give you it. But the thing is, guys, just in case if we have a very bad luck that just in case all this entire Bandra, Juhu, Kolaba is down with something, there is a chance that this goes down. And if you put 10 servers here, all your 10 servers are dhamal. So just in case, if you put 10, all servers are gone. But if you have only 5, that meaning only 5 will be affected. So that will be, the thing is, there will not be any high availability for this if you put all in one day. But you can put. But I told you that there is very less that one availability zone goes down. Very less chance that one availability goes down. But guys, the best practice is to distribute the servers across multiple. So best practice is to distribute servers across multiple availability zones. Guys, you understood? Is this clear for you? Why we need to put the servers in multiple availability zones? Excellent. Pat. Answer. Okay, excellent. I can understand how good it is going in your brains. Excellent. So, this is about the regions and availability zones. This is about the regions and availability. Let me ask you the questions here. Okay. What is a region first? Put the shortcut, I can understand. Geographical area. Excellent. So which is the, can you tell me one of the region that we'll be working? We'll be using it? Mumbai. Is it, guys, these are all the interview questions for 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 years experience, guys. Because I am the interviewer, I'll be asking these simple questions. Okay. Do we have only Mumbai as a region or many? There are many. Okay. There is a question on top by Sumit. We won't need to worry about it to maintain availability as you maintain. Yes, ma, Sumit. Yes, you are right. We don't need to worry about availability zones. We'll just put the servers there. That's all. Suppose if we have 10 servers, we put those all in different availability. Will not be the same data in all servers. It is our responsibility to put the same data there. AWS will not take care of. AWS will not take care of your data. Remember, Tapas. Huh? Everything with that Bombardier Direct, everything you have done. So don't tell everything to AWS, right? So regions are also synchronized with each other. No, Ravi Kumar, that is a good question. But the thing is, regions. I'm not talking about multiple regions, but to just hint you, if you have another region, they don't talk to each other by default. Keep that in mind, or I'll put it here. By default, guys, by default I'm saying, but we can make it done. That we will take it when you are become a pro on AWS at the end of the course. Huh? By default, regions don't communicate with each other? Good questions. Okay, next is how many availability zones do we have in Mumbai? 3. And what are the names of availability zones? Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. Huh? Okay. 1A, 1B, and 1C. All right. So, guys, if I put some data in 1A, can I see that data in 1B? No. But guys, you can manage it, because don't think that it will not be synchronized, I'm saying, but you can see, but it cannot be synchronized. Let's say you have 2 servers in same network, yeah? Can't you see you have server 1 and server 2? Can't you see the server 2 data from server 1 if you are in same network? Yes, we can. But can automatically, if you put some data in server 1, automatically that will be synchronized to server 2 in the same network? You tell me. No, same concept. But if you make it done, will it be synchronized? If you're running some scripts and cron jobs and all and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. See? So data is our responsibility. You can see it because everything, it is in the same network. All the availability zones will be in the same network. So data, you can see it, but data is not synchronized. That's why I use the word called synchronize. But what is synchronized? Which one is synchronized? Network is synchronized. Yes, Sumit. Suppose worst time disaster happen in Mumbai, all our 1B, 1C goes down. Does the situation need to be synchronized with the region? This is called, Sumit, this is called DR. DR meaning disaster recovery. So generally, if you are very concerned about that, and if you have a less hope on AWS, definitely we can create a DR. We can do it. So whatever the applications, whatever the infrastructure, Sumit, you have it in Mumbai, you can also have the parallel setup in another region as a DR. Just in case if Mumbai is Dhamal, God forbidden, so we have in another region. This is how we need to architect. That is why the architects comes into place here. By default, I'm telling you, AWS is giving you the parts. You need to assemble it. It is not like everything will come with that assembled. No. AWS is giving the parts, but I'll be talking about those parts here in AWS. I will be telling you this is the engine, this is the horn, this is the pedal, this is the bike, this is the escalator, this is the speedometer, and at the end we'll be assembling all these things, and that will got the architecture. Hope it makes sense. All right. So guys, so is it recommended to put all the servers in one region? In one availability zone? No. So it is good. So many people will call it as distributed computing. So distributing all the servers on different networks, we call it as distribute network, distribute servers. Hey, one other important thing, guys. From now onwards, as we enter into the AWS, don't call as it as servers. Of course, we can call it as server, but we have another name for server. We call it as instance. What we call it as, guys? Instance. Can you spell that, everyone? Server meaning in AWS, we call it as instance. Instance. So instance meaning, because guys, whenever you are doing we are giving in the interview, if you call it as server and all, they will think that you have not worked on it, because in AWS, whenever you are hitting server, whenever you're checking server, whenever you're creating server, whenever you are launching server, you will not be calling it as server, you will be calling it as instance. So those who are working on the AWS, they will be habituated saying calling it as instance. But guys, I'll be calling it as server sometimes, I'll be calling it as instance sometimes, because just for your comfortable levels, I'll be calling it as servers. So, sir, you don't know, you are calling server, but it is instance. Don't think that. But for our comfort, because in movies, even though you have a Telugu movie, but this entire Telugu movie is happening in Mumbai, right? But in Mumbai, they'll be talking all the entire movie will be in Telugu, right? This is for the audience comfortability. They're doing like this for the convenience. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, so this is about regions and availability zones, and you are good. Go to good here. So guys, now I'll give you a couple of minutes to ask you the question. Do you have any questions, or it is CC before going to the next concept? Oh, excellent. So I have so many CCs. Very good. If you still have questions, ma, put it over there. I'll take it up. I'll take it. All right. So guys, now, right? Yeah. Now, as you know this concept, let me show you guys. You know load balancer concept now. You know the server concept now. You know the high availability now. You know the availability zone now. You know the AWS now. Hey, now let me put you a very important topic here, guys. Can you hold on a minute? I'll just grab my water bottle. Just a minute. Thank you, guys. Okay, let's jump into the how we know that AWS is just imaginable, and I will set you this thing concept so that till end of the course this will be the same and you don't have any doubts on further. Guys, now which cloud we are talking about? Which cloud provider we are talking about? We are learning about. Thank God, right? So that is AWS. We know that, right? So guys, imagine this is the AWS cloud. All right. So this is AWS. So whatever we do, first we need to choose AWS provider. There is some noise. Just make it. I will mute him. Don't worry. Yeah. Done.
No.
So okay, so we have AWS, because everything we have to do it in AWS, guys. Okay, guys, can you tell me AWS is what cloud provider? Is it public, private, or what? Hybrid. It's a AWS. AWS is a public cloud. Okay. Here, Sweetie is here. Nitin is here. Huh? And then Nihal is here, Tapas is here, Jawad is here, Krishna is here, and Shripad is also here. As a clients, they want to access AWS and AWS public cloud. And this is the giant, big Bahubali guy AWS sitting over there in the market, and he claims himself he is a public cloud. So now, guys, Sweetie, what she did is she went and she used AWS cloud, and then she want to have one instance. I'm calling it as instance now, or server. So guys, she want to create few servers. She went and she created few servers. Very good. AWS has allowed that and she created. And Nitin also, or Tapas. So I'll just pick a random. Don't worry guys. So I'm just using it for, right? So Tapas also created few servers, couple of servers. Ek chutki sindur here. I don't like. So, and Shripad also did some boom boom on AWS. He wanted to do something on here and then he created some few. And then this guy, Javad, this guy also created a few things here, but there is no place to him to go and create. So, okay, so let's say here. So he created few servers here. And like this, someone created, and Nihal created here few servers. And finally, Nitin also created few servers. Okay, colorful, nice. Good. Okay, guys, now let's see. Now you tell me, guys, these are all the clients, companies, and the people that who also you went into the AWS, and then they have created the servers. Guys, as AWS is public cloud, whenever you create inside this public cloud, all these servers by default they talk to each other, and this will be public. Yes or no? In general, what do you think? What is coming in your mind directly? Just don't think technically. Everything is public cloud. Everything is giving it to you, right? And whoever went go and creating it, Sweetie created few, and everyone created few things, and everything will become public. But the thing is, so this fellow is trying to contact or hack this guy, and everything is going on a mess. Everything is messing up now. But the thing is here, AWS will not give this kind of chances. So that's why, guys, even though it is public cloud, AWS is giving you to create your own private cloud. 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 See how beautiful this is. Bear with me. So I want to be perfect. And finally, this. See? So these are our own private clouds. Now you tell me, guys, now they can talk to each other by default? No. So this has been isolated, right? So each customer have their own private cloud inside public cloud. Each customer have their own private cloud inside public cloud. So guys, now you tell me this here. So these are all called private clouds. Hey, this is whatever we are creating in AWS is physical or virtual? Virtual, na? And put that in before here. Many people might have heard this concept. Virtual private cloud. We call it as VPC. And that's the simplest thing about how we learn this VPC. You understood what is VPC? Everyone have their own VPC. Everyone have their own VPC. So by default, both VPCs, no, jinchik, right? So by default, two VPCs cannot talk to each other. Do you understand? So guys, obviously, first you have AWS. Inside that you have region. Na? Inside that you have region. Inside the region, you have all these VPCs. Do you agree? Right? Inside the regions, you have the VPC. Okay. Now let me put you even more better architecture. See here. So this you should remember this. First, you have in architecture you have first you have AWS. Inside the AWS, what you have? Next inner region. Wow. AWS. After that you have region. Bolo. After that. Inside the region you have what? VPC, right? We will select Mumbai, and inside the Mumbai I'll put the servers. For putting the servers, I need to have my virtual private cloud, na? Right? Inside the VPC, and inside the VPC, now you tell me, inside the VPC we have multiple availability zones. Multiple availability zones. This is the AZ, and this is the AZ. So inside the availability zone, what you have? We have our servers or instances sitting over here. This is how our instances are secure inside the AWS. So if you want to grab these instances, guys, this is how you need to go. This is how nutshell. It is shell, right? You know, inside that it is keep this is very carefully. In another way, I usually give this example. Guys, this public cloud, you can think it as my old guys. I always say this. Even to get more understand on this public cloud, you think it as a Sulab complex. Everyone knows Sulab complex, right? Okay. Our guys knows, most of the people guys knows, right? So, yeah, laughing, huh? Okay. So, guys, this Sulab complex is public or private? You tell me. It's public. Okay. So, AWS. So, if you go to the Sulab complex, you have the compartments. That meaning you have your own rooms inside. Yes or no? Right. So, these rooms are called VPCs. These rooms are called VPCs. Okay, now you tell me, if you don't put lock to your door, is it safe or not? It's not safe. So the thing is, inside the VPC, without the security, by default, no one can enter their others VPCs. Do you enter the other rooms, other compartments? No. Right? You have, please be inside your own compartment. Just in case if you want to go in another compartment, take the permission and then go. Just in case I'm saying. What I mean is here, so two VPCs, if required, can be talked to each other. By default, they don't talk to each other. And without proper security, without proper lock, you cannot go there and aram say, stay in your room in there. In the VPC also, VPC is still private. Without security, it is still danger. Don't think if it is private, sir, I am in private, so everything is cool. No. Right? So the thing is here, the entire VPC is still private, still secure, but if you don't secure it properly, it will be of no use. So if you go to that Sulab complex, if you're using the room, if you don't put the lock, and it is of no use, right? So keep that in mind. So this is the concept of your public cloud and then VPC. Guys, VPC is a very, 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 very big concept. And people say that is the trickiest concept. I will make this bloody simple for you. But VPC would be the end of the course. So not now, because that is, we have to talk about networking and all, how the servers should talk to networking and all. We don't worry about that. We have, trust me, I can make it bloody, put it on your fingertips. Now you tell me, do you understand about the VPCs and the bottom architecture, your hypnotism diagram at the bottom, right? So, sir, our instance in AZ, but VPC is outer layer. Okay, let me see, outer layer. All other instances also in AZ. How VPC will be helpful? What? Sir, our instance in available AZ, yeah, but VPC is outer layer. Yes, all other instances also in AZ. Then see, Saurav, whatever you want to talk to, so anyone, any client, anyone, if you want to talk to the server, you have to go through the request will go through the region, through the VPC, through the AZ, through this instance. So in between, anyone can stop you. That meaning we can secure it. Who has to come in? Who has to come in to and talk to the instance? So VPC is a security layer on top of your EC2. On top of your instance. Instance to instance within availability is public or private? Okay, answer that. Anyone? So here to here, AZ to AZ is public or private? It's still private. Very good. So that's why I said AZ to AZ is still private, because you have VPC, you have your own dabba, right? If you are in your in solar company, if you are in your room, you can access water, you can access tissue paper, so you can do whatever you want. That is, you have permissions there, right? It's still private. Sorry, this was not good, but I can go to any extremes to make you understand. So the concept is, do you understand or not, right? So guys, so now the thing is, now you understand this concept, availability zones, how to put the servers, what is the recommendations and best practices and all. Now I will show you the diagrams, few architecture diagrams. Now you have to tell me whether that is highly available or not. And now I'll be showing you AWS architectural diagrams. Guys, remember, whenever I show you architectural diagrams, remember these layers, outer layers. First, see AWS. Inside this, you will be having region. Inside this, you will be having the VPC. Inside this, you having the availability zone. Inside the availability zone, you have instances. You can have one availability zone. You can have multiple availability zones, right? Should we go up and show you the things here? Okay, so this is the one. Raghu, one VPC talk to another, can you respond that, guys? Can you answer that? One VPC can talk to another VPC by default? No, but can we make it happen? Yeah, that we will see it in VPC concepts. Good to ask. Okay, guys, now you stare it and you just see this, and can you tell me, but remember this dotted circle is availability zone, remember. And now you tell me the top one is highly available or not. See carefully and tell. And remember, this meaning the database, and this meaning the single instance. You have only one instance here. Instance meaning server. Highly availability or not? Everyone says no. What? Really? You are in AWS, man, and you are in availability zone. I'll give you another option. Yes or no? Super, guys. Excellent. I appreciate you. Excellent. So, guys, Saurabh said, this is nice. Sir, whatever you say, yes, it is in AWS. Yes, it is in availability zone, right? Yes, it is a server, but no redundancy. Still no. There is no redundancy. There is no monitoring. There is no failover. Guys, even though you are in AWS, even though you are in availability zone, even though you are doing everything in cloud, if you are missing redundancy, monitoring, failover, no availability. Can you tell me the bottom one now? Bottom one is highly available. Fantastic. What is this called? Bahubali. 3 arrows, take it, hit it, huh? Load balancer, right? So Devasena, Mukam, Bacham, Batham, 3 arrows, huh? No, right? So this is load balancer. Forget about DNS and all, right? We'll talk about that. So we have, of course, you know that everything will come through the DNS. Remember, initially we talked about DNS, where from DNS only it goes to the root to the load balancer. Na? Do you agree? Yeah. So okay, so we have this load balancer, and the load balancer. How many servers are there? How many instances are there? 4 are there. How many availability zones are there? In the bottom diagram, 2 available. In each availability zone, how many servers are there? 2 servers. So here he has keeping 2 servers in one availability zone, 2 servers in another availability zone. One database server in availability zone and another database slave database server in another availability zone. So this meaning he is putting very fantastic. Guys, now let me give you fantastic, direct, perfect, exact, pakka certification question. I will tell you, can you answer that yes or no? Load balancer can distribute the traffic across multiple instances and across multiple availability zones. Yes or no? That is the definition of our load balancer. That is the exact definition of our load balancer, right? So load balancer distribute the traffic to multiple instances across multiple availability zones. Pakka certification question, and this is the exact definition of load balancer in AWS. Clear, guys? So here what I mean to say is load balancer has do we need to set up LB in VPC? Yes, Munna. Everything should be inside the VPC. Guys, now tell me, all your servers should be inside the VPC or outside the VPC? Remember, that is also an interview question, right? So why do we use VPC? So you need to put a word called security, not privacy, security, to secure our instances. To secure our instances, we will create VPC before creating instance. Saurav, hold on. In general, first we need to architect VPC and then create a and then we need to create instances. But in general, AWS is giving you a default VPC. AWS is giving you already a default VPC. So directly Sweetie can go and create instances in the VPC. So AWS provides one default VPC. So how many VPCs does AWS provide? Only one. What is that VPC called? Default VPC. Default. We can create our own VPC. That is what we will be architecting it in our course. Is this clear, guys? Everyone? Okay, excellent. Now, let me give you a little bit more. Now you tell me, is it highly available or not? Is it highly available or not? Everyone said no. Fantastic. Fantastic. No. Because why? You have single instance here. You have single instance. If you have single instance, aankh band karke bol do fadak. No. Don't even see all. Guys, but remember here, you have AWS on top. Inside that, you have a region. Inside the region, you have the VPC. Hai na? Inside the VPC, the dotted lines are availability zones. So inside the availability zone, you have the servers. Don't worry what are all this thing, we'll learn. But see the architecture. Now guys, this one, is it highly available? Arey dekho bhai. In one shot you're saying yes, huh? Excellent. Yes. Yes, perfectly yes. Because how many availability zones are there now here? 2. And then our load balancer are sending the traffic to how many availability zones? 2 again. And then you have the servers in scattered or distributed in different availability zones. And you have the load balancer here. Guys, and that too, you know what is this 4 symbol? The arrow symbol? This is auto scale. Right? That is auto scaling. Guys, can we put auto scaling? That we discussed na? Load balancer say you can have the servers in auto scaling. Okay, now you tell me the the auto scaling can scale out across multiple availability zones, yes or no? Arey wah, too good, yeah. See, auto scaling can scale out the instances across multiple availability zones. Certification question, interview question, right? It's fantastic. Let me show another diagram. And now, highly available or not? Yes. Then what is the difference between the before one and this one? Here you have 3 availability zones, and on the previous one you have 2 availability zones. But can you tell me, do we have any difference in high availability on both the one? Of course, the previous one have 2 availability zone, you have super high availability, and here you have even more high availability. So there is no chance that your site will go down, and there is no chance the availability zone, 3 availability zones will never go down. So if you want to be extra careful and extra high available, then you can go for this kind of architecture. Wow. Crystal clear, right? Everyone, right? Excellent. Hey, so guys, so I will be stopping it here. Don't leave. I'll be stopping it here. From tomorrow onwards, I'll be talking about the AWS services. That is the actual topic of our course. I have prepared you well, and everything whatever is required to move to the next level. So don't at all worry. From tomorrow onwards, we'll be jumping into the actual technical services of AWS. And don't worry, I will be covering all these things whenever required, right? So right away, Tapaz, I have received your email. I will send it right away. Till now, I will not be sending you all documents of AWS. So because many people are like, there are curious people, they will be reading all the time. Guys, don't spend much time. Don't need to spend much time. My class is more than enough, right? So, and then I hope most of my students, they don't do much revision, because everything is going in your heads directly. I know that, right? So so don't worry, it's my responsibility. But just in case, uh, just in case, if you want to revise, definitely I'll be sending you the documents today itself. Whatever the classes happen, topics happen till now, till there only I'll be sending you. So tomorrow I'll send, if you finish the topic, I'll send you after that. And remember, important thing, guys, whenever you are in my class, whenever you are going through my class, don't go to any YouTube, don't go to any documents, don't go to any other sites, because I trust, I believe, I have a confidence that this is more than sufficient. And then the habit here is, I don't mind going you and reading extra reading, that's completely fine, but not in the middle of the topic. Once we finish the topic, after that you go and read, no problem, then you will understand quite well everything. Don't put the legs in two boats. Getting in my class and going to the YouTube, you will get confused. That is the only my intention. So I don't want you to be confused by putting the legs in two boats. So let's finish the topic with me, and then go and read, no problem. Go into the YouTube, and let's say we have we will be covering many AWS services. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Class is there or not, hold on, right? So there are many AWS services that we'll be learning. We will be finishing one service. Don't go through any YouTube till then. If I say, hey, we have finished this service, then you go to the YouTube, bloody, you will know the difference, and then you will understand even more, and you will say that, hey, bhai, what is this YouTube guy is saying? This is the one, this is the thing, how you can say. See guys, my style is, I'll be showing you, if someone asks you where is your nose, how do you show? Directly here. I'll be showing you directly the nose. That many of the people, they'll go around and around and around and they'll show. So no need. What we need is, we need concept, we need logic, we need to understand immediately, and we need to kick off the interviews, and we need to fish the certification. Right? That's the intention of mine. That's a vision and goal. So tomorrow there is class or not? What do you say? Let me check with my. In general, I'll keep the class on Saturdays, but let me call them 1 sec. Okay, guys. What I do is, as per my availability zone. Okay, only for today, I'll excuse. Right now, there will not be no class tomorrow. I haven't called everyone. This is my own decision. But whatever we have discussed till now, please go through the revision. Right? So that is the only why I am telling you, I am giving you the chance for only for today. But in general, I'll keep the classes, because just go with my old students. I don't leave any class, right? Unless I'm good, right? So there will be no class only for tomorrow, and no class on Sundays, right? So we will meet on Monday with the next fresh AWS topic. Until then, guys, please do the revision. Tappa, I will be sending you the material right away till here, and then please go through it, or just go to your photos and then and all. Hey, meanwhile, just take a snap. I allow. Okay, no, don't worry. So take it. Yeah, done, right? So you guys are very country, I know. I think you take this also, right? Okay, so guys, so that is all. That is all. Only PPTs or notes. No, I cannot teach notes. Yeah, right. I cannot. So whatever the notes I'm putting here in the paint, that will be the only notes. So because just imagine if I start telling you, hey, did you load balancer distribute the traffic to multiple? Nah, come on, we are grown up, right? So that's the thing. Hope you understand. So guys, so then that is all for today, and I'll meet you on Monday with the next fresh topic. Uh, um, until then, please take care, stay safe, don't go out, and then have a nice weekend and see you fresh on Monday. Until then, take care, have a nice weekend. Bye bye, and take care.